Guys, I have to admit, sometimes I am underwhelmed by knives when I do the unboxing, and that's how it was with this QSP Pangolin until I put it in my pocket. And just like the QSP Penguin, this thing is hitting well above its weight class. It's really impressed me. Let's take a look at this amazing under $50 knife. Guys, I hate to admit it, but there reached a point somewhere where I stopped being kind of impressed with some of the knives that came in. And even in the unboxing of this knife, I was like, yeah, it's kind of just whatever. And then I put this in my pocket today, early this morning, and started carrying it. And I'm like, oh, was I wrong? This is the QSP Pangolin. And this thing hits so many little key points that I love in knives. So we're going to kind of walk through this first day and carry. Now I have used this. I've done a good bit of cutting with it. You can see there's some track marks on a blade and stuff like that. So this is more of a tactical style knife, but it is so comfortable in hand that I've been doing a lot of things with it. It's got a very aggressive edge down angle that is really good for cutting, because it's got that slant kind of squat into the cut. So you can do a draw cut, but if you're doing a push cut, you can start here at the point and just push in. You get so much leverage with that curvature. The curvature of the spine fills the hand really, really well. So you've got a palm swell here, and then all these little finger grooves give it a very, very good grip. D2 blade has been ground fairly well. It's got a little bit more of a robust behind the edge thickness, but it still cuts really, really well. It's been finished with a good stone wash and not too much markings. You see D2 steel. The G10 on this has been milled really, really well and is comfortably contoured both this direction, and then on the edges, it's been filleted out so that you have these little finger cutouts for it. Liner lock has got just a little bit of jimping on it, but it's not really aggressive jimping. So it has, it gives you good access and additional traction, but it's not aggressive. It is running on steel detent ball, which tells me it's probably running on steel bearings, but I do know that this knife is under $50. So that's one of those price saving things. And to tell you the truth, I have never really noticed that much of a difference between steel bearings and ceramic bearings. They have done some weight reduction inside. You can say milled out these liners, which makes this really large knife. So you're looking at 8.5 inches on the mat. Makes this really light. Oh, I wish I could get rid of that fly. Makes it really light with all that weight reduction. It's still kind of a heavy knife because that's a lot of G10. Action on this has been beautiful. I have not done any change of the lubricants on this, and it's just at shake shut home. You know what I mean? So a little jiggle and it'll condense it home. They've done some like aesthetic touches with these kind of like these milled lines in here, but on top of it just looking good that's right where your fingers drop. So you have a little bit of tactility in the grip there. And they've done a really good job on this pocket clip. This pocket clip is kind of the standout feature. It's not a super deep carry pocket clip, but it is very comfortable in hand and sits in the pocket really nice. And it's kind of the curved angle where, since you have this kind of like arc to the knife, it kicks it a little bit over so it doesn't sit weird in the pocket. Now, there is no lanyard hole on this. If you're somebody that likes lanyards, you don't have to worry about that. Oh, I was going to mention this. The jimping on this is really, really good, and they didn't put any jimping on the flipper tab. I am not a fan of jimping on a flipper tab unless it's really light jimping. A lot of people go a little too aggressive, and people are like, oh, you need that grip. A lot of times you really don't, unless you got really wet or oily hands, and that could be a problem. But the fact is, if you put jimping here where you're going to use it there, then when you're in on it and you've got a really tight grip, it can become uncomfortable and become a hot spot. So they didn't do that. And on top of the little bit of jimping on the lock bar, you've got really, really good access to it. So I'm really having a hard time saying that I found any negative things about construction or milling or anything like that. I will say that I have got 2 small little negative critiques. But first, go check out Coffee Brand Coffee if you would, please. Fresh roasted coffee on demand. You can use my link to save 5% at checkout. If you get one of the Father's Day boxes, before they sell out, you can use that. My code will save you 10%. So on those Father's Day boxes. So at any rate, supports the channel, supports their new business venture. Two little things about it. It needs to be sharpened a little bit. It was not super sharp. The edge was really good, but you know, it's a $50 knife, so the edge wasn't great. I touched it up on a ceramic. I think I'm going to have to do a full sharpening on it. It is sharp. It's just not, it may be a little favoring one side or the other. It kind of feels like it might have been apexed a little incorrectly. And there is a tiny little bit of a recurve right at the very tip. But on a $50 knife, that is not really going to bother me all that much. I'm gonna have to sharpen it anyway. The only other thing that I would say that I might consider even close to negative is that it's in D2 steel. D2 steel is a very good steel, but I have a tendency with D2 steel, where I live here close to the ocean, and the fact that there's something about my sweat, I can oxidize and rust D2 really well, like really quickly. So I don't know how that's going to hold up, to tell you the truth, but I am overall very impressed with this. Like I said, typically I fly into this without knowing the price, but I was trying to look something up about it, and I saw specifically it's on sale right now on Amazon for $40. I'll try and find some links for you guys down below. But if $45 is the regular price on this knife, and you're not going to find a big beefy knife like this that is much better anywhere. I mean, completely changed my mind once I put it in pocket. I went from meh to holy crap, I like this a lot. I think I like this better than some of the much more expensive knives they sent me. So let's turn this around, do some final thoughts, send you out about your day. Guys, no offense to QSP, but like I said, I was underwhelmed by this when I first did the unboxing, and I was kind of like, you know, I'll probably do it as a giveaway. I will do the review, but I'm not that impressed. I put it in my pocket today. I carried it all day today. It's now 4 p.m. I put it in my pocket like 6 a.m. And I'm really impressed with this. This thing really speaks to me, and I'm very surprised. Comfortable, easy to carry. This thing is just an overall great knife. It's a lot like the Penguin like that. I was not expecting to like the Penguin as much as I do. So this is staying. This isn't going anywhere. This is mine now. So guys, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. It's one of the best things you can do to support the channel. If you do give it a thumbs down, tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. If you want to support the channel financially, a bunch of ways you can do it. Amazon store down below. Take that, pin it to your browser, use that as your source for purchasing things on Amazon. Use it as a storefront. I get credit for it. Doesn't cost you anything. Coffee Brand Coffee, you heard me talk about it in the video. They are a channel sponsor. They are amazing. They're doing a lot. I am getting ready to do a giveaway with them. They're going to provide the item. They are a great company. Tempered Trail also is a sponsor. They both share a coupon code of Crazy Sharp, capital C, capital S. Crazy Sharp saves you 5% at checkout. And the final way you can support the channel financially is my memberships, and you get a bunch of benefits. If you are any level membership, you get access to my Gilded server. It's just like Discord. We hang out, we BS. I announce things there. I do giveaways there for the premium and baseline guys. That is separate of the stuff that's here on YouTube. And the premium guys have access to a sharpening tutorial series here on YouTube. I also do movie days and things like that with the paying member. I announce those on the Gilded server. So guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I'll see you in the next video.